This brand new Apple MacBook is making a lot of Windows laptop very nervous right now. It's $599. It has an iPhone chip inside it, and it just outperformed laptops that cost more than double its price. In fact, this cheapest Mac processor is faster in single-core CPU score than the fastest x86 Windows processor. It's crazy, right? The battery lasts 16 hours, the build quality looks like a $1,000 machine, and the part that's going to make you all really mad? It's more repairable than any MacBook Apple has ever made in 14 years. This is the MacBook Neo, and by the end of this video, you will be both amazed and surprised by what Apple has done to the whole industry. Let's get into it. The MacBook Neo is Apple's brand new entry-level laptop. It sits below the MacBook Air and way below MacBook Pro. Think of it as Apple's answer to Chromebooks and budget Windows laptops. It starts at $599, $499 if you are a student, and for that, you get a 13-inch liquid retina display. The A18 Pro chip, which is literally the same chip from the iPhone 16 Pro, 8 gigs of RAM, 250 gigs of storage, and up to 16 hours of battery life. Now, I know what you're thinking. 8 gigs of RAM, an iPhone chip inside a laptop? That sounds like a recipe for compromise. And honestly, I thought the same, but here's where it gets really interesting. Okay, so here's the part that genuinely surprised me. The A18 Pro inside the MacBook Neo actually outperforms the original M1 MacBook Air, the M2, and even M3 chip in benchmark tests. Let that sink in for a second. A $599 laptop is outperforming what was Apple's best-selling laptop. And in real-world use, I had 20 Chrome tabs open with YouTube, Google Docs, news sites, spreadsheets, and social media all running at once, plus mail, messages, and Spotify in the background. No freezing, no spinning beach ball, nothing. Try doing this on your $600 Windows laptop. I dare you. And here's the thing about the 8 gigs of RAM. Macs handle memory completely different than the Windows machines. Apple's unified memory architecture means 8 gigs on a Mac goes way further than 8 gigs on a Windows PC. It's not even a fair comparison. If you push it, it can even handle editing a 4K video on this laptop. Is it as fast as MacBook Pro? Obviously not. But the fact that you can actually do it on a laptop at this price is kind of wild. It looks like a $1,000 laptop. Okay, let's talk about the design because this is where Apple really embarrasses the competition. The MacBook Neo is made from recycled aluminum. It's slim, it's light at just 2.7 pounds, and it comes in 4 colors: silver, blush, citrus, and indigo. The keyboard and feet are color matched to the body. It looks premium and it also feels premium. Now go look at what $600 gets you in the Windows world. You're looking at a chunky plastic body, dim displays, and trackpads that feel like they were designed as an afterthought. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just the reality. The 13-inch liquid retina display has over 1 billion colors and 500 nits of brightness. The text is crisp, photos look incredible, videos pop, again $599. Oh, and it's completely fanless, 0 noises. You could use this in the quietest library on earth and nobody even would know that you have a computer open. Okay, here's something that I wasn't expecting. The camera and microphone on this thing are actually really solid for a laptop at this price. So what you're seeing right now is from the built-in camera from MacBook Neo, and what you're hearing right now is also from the internal mic. No external mic here. For Zoom calls and FaceTime calls or quick content creation, this is more than usable. If you're someone who takes a lot of video calls for work or school, this one punches way above its price. And here's a secret weapon Windows cannot compete with. The second you open this laptop, it already knows your iPhone. Your messages, your photos, your passwords, your notes, everything is just there. AirDrop, handoff, Apple Intelligence, it all works together in a way that Windows has been trying to figure out for years and still hasn't. 16 hours of battery life. That's what Apple rates this thing at. And because the A18 Pro is such an efficient chip with that fanless design, you're actually getting close to that in real world use. You can leave the house in the morning, work all day, stream some shows at night, and still have battery left. You don't even need to bring your charger. And if you do need a quick top up, the power draw is so low that even a small power bank can actually keep you going. In fact, Apple only packs a mobile charger in the box. Okay, this one surprised a lot of people, including me. iFixit did a full teardown of MacBook Neo and called it Apple's most repairable laptop in 14 years. The battery tray is screwed down, not glued. The keyboard is screwed in, the ports and speakers are modular, and there is no parts pairing, which means you can actually fix this thing without Apple locking you out. Apple gets criticized for repairability all the time, so the fact that they just dropped their most repair-friendly laptop in over a decade at their cheapest price ever, that's hard to argue. The MacBook Neo is going to push Windows laptop makers to seriously set up their game, but it's not for everyone. If you're a developer running multiple environments or virtual machines, this is not your laptop. If you need tons of storage, this isn't. And if you already have a MacBook Air with an M3 or newer, don't switch. The Air is still the better machine. The Neo isn't designed to replace the Air. It's designed to replace every cheap Windows laptops and Chromebook on the planet. Apple wants to sell as many of these as possible at the lowest price, then make money on services like Apple Music, iCloud storage, and everything else. And here's the thing that keeps nagging at me. 8 gigs of RAM is totally fine right now, but laptops aren't phones. You don't replace them every 2 years. You're going to have this machine for 5, maybe 6 years, and over the time, macOS updates gets heavier and you install more apps, your workflow grows. That 8 gigs is going to be the first one to bottleneck you, even though the A18 Pro chip itself has plenty of power left in. And there is no 16 gigs option, no upgrade path. What you buy is what you're stuck with. So if your budget can stretch just a little, look at the M4 MacBook Air with 16 gigs. Apple sells certified refurbished units for only about $200 more. For that extra money, you get double the RAM, way better multi-core performance, and a machine that will stay relevant for more years. Or go brand new with M5 Air. That's the real sweet spot for longevity. But if you know your needs, web browsing, streaming, email, Google Docs, maybe some light photo editing, and that's it, then the Neo is an unbeatable choice. No asterisks. Either way, Windows laptops, even at a $1,000 price range, should be skipped in favor of MacBooks at this point. I'm really looking forward to the Snapdragon X2 Elite Extreme laptops. They really look promising. Alright, that's my take. I would love to hear yours. Drop a comment and tell me, are you going with Neo or are you stretching for the Air? If it was helpful, smash that thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed because I've got a lot more coming. I'll see you in the next one. This is Sanjana. Bye-bye.